In the dense, unforgiving jungles of Vietnam, where every shadow could conceal an enemy and every step could trigger a deadly trap, American forces faced a challenge unlike any they had encountered in previous conflicts. The Viet Cong had mastered the art of underground warfare, creating an extensive network of tunnels that allowed them to appear and disappear like ghosts, striking without warning and vanishing before retaliation could be mounted. These subterranean passages were not merely hiding places, but sophisticated military installations complete with living quarters, weapons caches, hospitals and command centers that stretched for hundreds of miles beneath the Vietnamese countryside. For American troops, fighting an enemy who could literally emerge from the earth itself represented a tactical nightmare that conventional military doctrine had never adequately addressed. This is the story of America's ugly field tool that exposed a Viet Cong tunnel, a deep dive into one of the most unconventional yet effective pieces of equipment deployed during the Vietnam War. We will explore how a device that looked more like a piece of industrial machinery than a military weapon became instrumental in uncovering the hidden world beneath Vietnam's surface, revealing the ingenuity of American military engineers who were forced to think outside traditional combat parameters. This ugly, ungainly tool would prove that in asymmetric warfare, effectiveness matters far more than aesthetics, and that sometimes the most important victories are won not through firepower or maneuver, but through the patient, methodical work of detection and exposure. Prepare to discover the fascinating story of how American forces developed innovative solutions to counter an enemy that had literally gone underground, demonstrating that military success often depends not on the most sophisticated or elegant weapons, but on practical tools wielded by determined soldiers who refuse to be defeated by unconventional tactics. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel right now for more incredible war secrets and the legendary military technologies that are reshaping the future of global defense. The ugly field tool in question was the People's Sniffer, officially designated as the XM-3 Airborne Personnel Detector, a chemical detection device that represented one of the most innovative and controversial technologies deployed during the Vietnam conflict. At first glance, this device was indeed ugly by any conventional standard. A bulky, awkward-looking apparatus that resembled an oversized vacuum cleaner more than a precision military instrument. The People's Sniffer consisted of a large intake system, chemical analysis equipment, and detection sensors, all mounted in a configuration that prioritized functionality over form, creating a device that looked like it had been assembled from spare parts in a field workshop rather than designed in a sophisticated military laboratory. The concept behind the People's Sniffer was both brilliant and simple. Human beings, regardless of how well they might hide themselves, cannot avoid producing certain chemical signatures that betray their presence to sensitive detection equipment. The device was designed to detect ammonia compounds produced by human urine, sweat, and other bodily functions, as well as the distinctive chemical signatures of cooking fires, weapons cleaning solvents, and other materials commonly found in military encampments. By mounting this detection equipment on helicopters and flying systematic search patterns over suspected Viet Cong territory, American forces could potentially locate hidden tunnel entrances, underground bunkers, and concealed enemy positions that would otherwise remain invisible to conventional reconnaissance methods. The development of the People's Sniffer represented a significant departure from traditional military thinking, acknowledging that the Vietnam conflict required new approaches to intelligence gathering and target identification. The device was the product of collaboration between military engineers, chemists, and field commanders who recognized that conventional methods of locating enemy positions were inadequate against an adversary who had perfected the art of concealment and camouflage. The ugly appearance of the device reflected its practical origins. It was built to work in the harsh conditions of tropical warfare, where reliability and effectiveness were far more important than aesthetic appeal or conformity to traditional military design standards. The operational deployment of the People's Sniffer began in 1967, when the first prototype units were mounted on UH-1 Huey helicopters and deployed over suspected Viet Cong strongholds in South Vietnam. The initial results were mixed, with the device showing promise in detecting large concentrations of human activity, but struggling with the high humidity, dense vegetation, and complex air currents that characterize the Vietnamese jungle environment. However, as operators gained experience with the equipment and refinements were made to the detection algorithms and sensor sensitivity, the People's Sniffer began to prove its worth as a valuable intelligence-gathering tool that could provide information unavailable through any other means. The breakthrough moment for the People's Sniffer came during Operation Junction City in early 1967, when the device detected unusual chemical signatures in an area of seemingly empty jungle near the Cambodian border. Ground forces investigating the detection found what appeared to be undisturbed forest floor, but closer examination revealed carefully camouflaged tunnel entrances that led to an extensive underground complex housing a major Viet Cong command center. This discovery validated the concept behind the People's Sniffer and demonstrated its potential for exposing enemy positions that would otherwise remain hidden indefinitely, proving that the device's ugly appearance concealed a revolutionary capability for asymmetric warfare. The tunnel complex exposed by the People's Sniffer during Operation Junction City revealed the true scope and sophistication of Viet Cong underground operations, providing American intelligence with unprecedented insights into enemy tactics, organization, and capabilities. The tunnels contained not only military equipment and supplies, but also detailed maps of other tunnel systems, communication equipment connecting to underground networks throughout the region, and evidence of the extensive logistical support required to maintain such elaborate subterranean installations. This intelligence proved invaluable for planning subsequent operations and developing new tactics specifically designed to counter underground warfare, demonstrating how the People's Sniffer's detection capabilities could provide strategic as well as tactical advantages. The psychological impact of the People's Sniffer on Viet Cong operations was as significant as its direct intelligence value, creating a climate of uncertainty and paranoia among enemy forces who could no longer assume that their underground positions provided complete concealment from American detection capabilities. The knowledge that their chemical signatures could betray their presence forced Viet Cong units to modify their operational procedures, implement new concealment techniques, and relocate established positions, all of which disrupted their operational tempo and reduced their effectiveness. The mere presence of the People's Sniffer in American inventory created a deterrent effect that extended far beyond its actual detection capabilities, forcing the enemy to operate under the assumption that they could be discovered at any time. The success of the People's Sniffer in exposing Viet Cong tunnels led to the development of increasingly sophisticated chemical detection technologies and the integration of these capabilities into broader intelligence-gathering operations throughout Vietnam. The device became part of a comprehensive approach to countering underground warfare that included specialized tunnel-fighting units, improved ground-penetrating radar systems, and new tactics specifically designed to exploit the vulnerabilities of subterranean military installations. The ugly field tool had proven that unconventional problems required unconventional solutions, and that military effectiveness could be achieved through innovative thinking rather than simply deploying more powerful conventional weapons. The technical challenges of operating the People's Sniffer in the Vietnamese environment required constant innovation and adaptation by the engineers and technicians responsible for maintaining and improving the system. The high humidity and temperature extremes of tropical warfare created problems for sensitive chemical detection equipment, while the dense jungle canopy and complex air currents made it difficult to obtain accurate readings from aerial platforms. These challenges were addressed through continuous refinement of the detection algorithms, improved sensor shielding and calibration procedures, and the development of new operational techniques that maximize the device's effectiveness while minimizing the impact of environmental factors. The legacy of the People's Sniffer extended far beyond its immediate impact on Vietnam War operations, establishing principles and technologies that would influence military intelligence gathering for decades to come. The device demonstrated the value of chemical detection in military operations and led to the development of more sophisticated systems for detecting human presence, weapons caches, and other military targets through their chemical signatures. The concept of using scientific analysis to reveal hidden enemy positions became a fundamental component of modern military intelligence, influencing everything from satellite reconnaissance to battlefield sensors, and contributing to the development of technologies that continue to be used in contemporary conflicts. The story of America's ugly field tool also highlighted the importance of practical innovation over aesthetic considerations in military equipment design, showing that the most effective weapons and tools are often those that prioritize function over form. The People's Sniffer's ungainly appearance became a symbol of American military pragmatism and the willingness to embrace unconventional solutions when conventional approaches proved inadequate. This lesson would prove valuable in subsequent conflicts where asymmetric warfare and unconventional enemy tactics required similarly innovative responses from American forces. America's ugly field tool that exposed a Viet Cong tunnel represents more than just a technological achievement. It symbolizes the adaptability and ingenuity that characterize effective military forces when confronted with unprecedented challenges. The People's Sniffer demonstrated that victory in modern warfare often depends not on having the most powerful or sophisticated weapons, but on developing creative solutions to specific tactical problems and being willing to embrace technologies that may appear unconventional or even crude by traditional standards. The device proved that in asymmetric warfare, the side that can adapt most quickly and think most creatively often gains decisive advantages over enemies who rely solely on conventional military doctrine. The success of this ugly field tool serves as a reminder that military effectiveness is measured not by appearance or conformity to traditional design standards, but by the ability to achieve operational objectives under challenging conditions. The People's Sniffer may not have been elegant or aesthetically pleasing, but it provided American forces with capabilities they desperately needed to counter an enemy who had mastered the art of concealment and underground warfare. In doing so, it demonstrated that true military innovation often comes from practical necessity rather than theoretical elegance, and that the most important military tools are often those that solve specific problems rather than those that conform to preconceived notions of what military equipment should look like. If this incredible story of America's ugly field tool that exposed a Viet Cong tunnel has captivated you as much as it has captivated us, please make sure to hit that like button and share your thoughts in the comments below. What other examples of unconventional military technologies do you find most intriguing? Do you believe such practical innovations represent the future of military problem solving? We'd love to hear your perspective on these critical developments. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more secrets of war and incredible stories of the battles and technologies that are shaping our world. Ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode, because we're committed to bringing you the most compelling stories that demonstrate how superior design and quality craftsmanship, combined with unparalleled human ingenuity, can create legends that endure for generations and prove that true excellence never goes out of style.